You can call me Mystic Mike because I predict these things.
Luis Gurule takes on Ode Osborne this Saturday at UFC Fight Night. And this is going to be a fun fight at Flyweight. Luis Gurule making his UFC debut, coming off of a back and forth fight, wild fight with Nick Piccinini on Dana White's Contender Series this past October, taking on Ode Osborne, the 10-fight UFC vet, on a 3-fight skid right now. So looking to bounce back, potentially keep his job at 33 years old. 12-8, not the best record. Has fought a lot of really good guys. Had some really good fights, some really good showings, decent wins in his career over Charles Johnson. Just seems like whenever he kind of takes a step up in competition, not having the best performances. Luis Gurule, 10-0, undefeated fighter coming up. He is 31 years old, but again, still in his prime. Looks really good. Very high-level wrestler. Wrestled collegiately in college and showed his ability to anti-wrestle against Nick Piccinini in their fight. Nick Piccinini just doing nothing but kind of shooting takedowns. Got a lot of them. Was successful with a lot of them. Just didn't do a lot of damage. Luis Gurule being able to land the better strikes in between the takedown attempts and just kind of outworking him in that fight to get the split decision. I think it should have been a unanimous decision. So Luis Gurule, he's a very mean dude. Great striking, a lot of power, tough as nails. And that's just something I can't say about Ode Osborne. So I got to go with Luis Gurule in this one. I think he's just the tougher guy. He's going to be smaller. He's going to be less experienced in the UFC, but he's got tons of momentum, tons of hype behind him. His last fight against Nick Piccinini looked great, was able to push 3 really hard rounds. He took the fight on 4 days' notice. It was just a really good performance against somebody like Piccinini, who's just a dominant wrestler, takes guys down and controls them or TKOs them. He was able to scramble up, land the more effective punches, and just win the fight on damage. And Ode Osborne, very good striker, good wrestler in his own right as well. I don't think he's as good as Gurule, but his last fight was against Ronaldo Rodriguez, where he essentially KO'd Rodriguez in the first round and then got him in a triangle choke, and he was able to survive and win the next 2 rounds. And we've seen kind of how garbage Ronaldo Rodriguez is in his most recent performance against Kevin Borjas, where, you know, the dude's tough, but other than that, I mean, just not the most skilled guy, just very tough and gritty. But that doesn't win you fights in the flyweight division, where the guys are, you know, very talented, very well-rounded. So had his fight against Joffel Filio, was taken down and submitted. Asu Almobayev took him down, submitted him. He does have a good win over Charles Johnson, which I rate very highly. Split decision, so you could argue he didn't win, but was put out by Tyson Nam before that. And his only 2 other wins are to Zaruk Adashev, CJ Vergara. Everybody's beaten CJ Vergara and was knocked out by Manel Kopp. Looked good against Manel Kopp. Had some good counters, cracked him a few times, was getting his respect, but was, you know, eventually knocked out. So Ode Osborne is just too finishable. He's too finishable, whereas Luis Gurule, I've seen him taking shots. I just don't think Ode Osborne can finish him. Maybe he can outpoint him, but I think Gurule, he's going to be landing the heavier shots, and he can always take it to the ground if he wants to. I just think he's got more skill, more grit, and more finishing potential. I just think he's tougher than Ode Osborne, who's shown a propensity to put himself in bad positions and get finished. Got finished by Brian Kelleher. I just look at his UFC record, and he's 6 losses. He's got 6 losses, 4 wins, and anytime he takes kind of a step up in competition to fight somebody who's somewhat decent, he's underperforming. So hasn't fought since September of 2024, looks like, and Gurule fought in October. So both of them coming off about the same break, but so I'm gonna go with Luis Gurule in this one. He's a -225 favorite, which I think is pretty accurate. I could see Ode Osborne dancing around on the feet, threatening with takedowns, landing some better shots, and winning it on the feet to steal some rounds. But I do think Gurule gets this one done. I think he's got just the better skilled fighter.